Hello, you are watching Minds4Math. We are going to do a crazy amount of math in 10 minutes. By the end of this video, you are going to be awesome at arithmetic, fantastic with fractions, nimble with number lines, and perfect with perimeter. We are going to do four awesome math problems. And then at the end of this video, if you're up for it, you can compete in the Minds4Math sprint where you can see how fast your mind can run. So let's get started and get those brains moving. That's not exactly what I was thinking of, but I like it. Let's get started.
Fractions. Who doesn't love fractions? They come up everywhere in life. Pizza, pie, let's see, where else do they come up? Pizza, pie, oranges. Who doesn't love oranges? Our example today, however, is, you guessed it, pizza. Let's take a look. The question is 1/2 less than or greater than 1/4? Let's imagine Joe has 2 pizzas. Why is he eating 2 pizzas? We don't know. Joe is a popular guy. Let's assume he has friends coming over. The first pizza, Joe is going to cut into 2 slices. He is really hungry. So the pizza has been divided into 2. 2 is now our denominator. A denominator is the number below the fraction line. It's the number of pieces that the whole is divided into. A fraction is a part of that whole. So if we take one of the 2 pieces that make up the whole, we have 1/2, or 1 out of 2 pizzas. The 1 is now our numerator. So now let's think about our second pizza. Joe has 3 friends coming over, plus himself, so that makes 4. So he needs 4 slices of pizza. Let's cut that pizza into 4 slices. And if we want to show the fraction that represents 1 slice out of 4, what is our numerator? That's right, it's 1. So now back to our question. We want to compare the 2. Which slice is bigger? If we want the biggest slice, would we want the pizza cut into 4 slices or 2 slices? 2, yes. Cutting the pizza into 2, making each slice 1 out of 2 or 1/2, makes a bigger slice and fraction than cutting it into 4 or 1/4. 1/2 is greater than 1/4. Awesome job, guys. You just mastered fractions. And now I'm hungry. Okay, guys, you are doing great. We are on to problem number 2. In this problem, we're going to talk about division. We are getting into some pretty advanced stuff already in this problem. Let's get started. First, let's take a look at the question. Jack and his friends have a box of 6 crayons. If Jack and his 2 friends want to split the 6 crayons so that each of them has an equal number of crayons, how many crayons would each have? Okay, let's break this down. So there's 3 friends hanging out, and they decide they want to color cards for their teacher. They are such good students. They find 6 crayons. They want to share the 6 crayons equally, so each child has the same number of crayons. Our total number of crayons, the number that is going to be divided up, is the dividend. So let's think about our number 6. Let's first take 1 crayon for each friend and see where that leaves us. If we take away 1 crayon for each friend from the pile, we have 3 crayons left. We can give 1 more crayon to each friend. Now, each friend has an equal number of crayons, 2, and all the crayons have been given out. Another way to think about division is addition. If we think about 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6, that means 6 has been divided 3 times into groups of 2. 6 divided by 3 equals 2. Remember, 6 was our dividend. The number we divided 6 by, 3, is our divisor. And the answer to our division problem is called the quotient, and that's 2. Great job, guys. Okay, friends, we are halfway done. We have climbed to the top of the math mountain, and now we are on the downhill slide. We are going to do a little subtraction by looking at a number line. Let's go. Now, this video has an adorable cat that walks on 2 legs and wears a scarf. It is just very entertaining. As you can see in this video, the cat is bouncing a ball. Well, the ball is bouncing next to the cat. Cats can't bounce balls. That's crazy talk. So the cat is 10 feet high. It's a large cat. Maybe it's a person dressed up as a cat, a giant person. Anyway, the ball is bouncing 20 feet high. So how high above the cat's head is the ball bouncing? Okay, let's talk about a few tips here. So if you have a multiple choice question and one of the answers is 20, don't be tempted to choose 20 for this question. Why do you ask? The ball is bouncing 20 feet. It's a totally logical choice. Well, yes, but test writers are tricky. They want you to read the question very, very carefully. The question is, how many feet above the cat's head is the ball bouncing? So we know that we need only the distance from the top of the cat's head to the height the ball is bouncing. Since we know the ball is bouncing 20 feet high and the cat is 10 feet high, what math skill do we need to utilize here to get the distance the ball is bouncing minus the height of the cat? Subtraction, that's right. So let's take the total height of the bouncing ball and subtract out the height of the cat to get the distance from the cat's head to the total height of the bouncing ball. So let's take 20 and subtract 10. 20 minus 10 is 10. The answer is that the ball is bouncing 10 feet above the cat's head. Great job, math minds. We are at the finish line. We are going to work on one last math skill, and that is calculating perimeter. Perimeter is the length of the outline of a shape. This could be really useful, right? You might need to know the distance around your yard to put up a fence, or you might need to know how far it is to jog around the entire soccer field. Well, for our problem, we are going to calculate the perimeter of a rectangle. So to do this, we need to add all the sides of the shape together. Let's look at this rectangle. There are 2 long sides and 2 short sides. Each short side is labeled 2. It could be 2 inches, 2 feet, 2 centimeters. It doesn't really matter. And then each long side is labeled 4. So how do we find the perimeter of this rectangle? We add all of the sides together. The answer is 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2. Well, we know 4 plus 2 is 6, so breaking this down even further, we have 6 plus 6, which is 12. The perimeter of the rectangle is 12. Fantastic job again, math minds. Now we are done with our 4 math problems, and it's time to work on some fast facts. See if you can keep up with this math sprint. Yell out those answers. Okay, everyone, that was some super awesome work.
We have learned about fractions. We have learned about subtraction with a number line. We have learned about perimeter, and we have learned about division. You have all done a super job, and I hope you will join us next time for more problems where we can work on some super awesome math together. So please, please, please hit that big red subscribe button where you can stay in the loop for more math videos and a way to exercise your way to a fantastic math mind. Thanks, everyone.